it's like kind of also protecting the turbo on the long run.
Oh, look at that blue yeah, when you're driving it's different, but when you're in a passenger, I think
Except in your Supra, I'm like, ah! Ah! It's not the gate, it's me that's screaming. Oh, I don't want to scare an elevator, hey?
yeah, you're nice because I would. Jeez, that's a massive pop.
Some pretty loud ones, eh? I was brake boosting and I was about to try and spin the tyres while my foot's on the brake even.
Ah, it seriously rips through the gears, dude. Like it's got good power.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. That sounds ridiculous. That's crazy.
Those popping sounds, it's like not like that fake shit, it's like real. It's like it feels controllable actually. Yeah. It's progressive into a pole. That's awesome. That brakes about there.
Oh yeah.
Reverberation.
Yeah, so sometimes I deliberately don't shift because I just want to hear it, like
Never gets old.
never gets old.
Alright, so what I'm doing today is essentially I've got a spare bonnet and I've already started, but I drew up and taped up all the spots that I want to actually do the cuts, and as you can see, started cutting away, and then what I'm going to do is push those down, push the slits down so they can draw air out. First time I've ever done it, so it's a bit tricky using a die grinder, like so, and cutting away makes a shitload of noise, so I don't want to be pissing off the neighbours too much, but yep, this is what we're doing, cutting away. So gonna do the other side soon, and see how that goes.
Like fine metal particles. Sudden outburst of rage.
want to show you where I landed with the bonnet. So I've finished all the cuts to the vents that we sort of marked out before, and then so in terms of having all the cuts done, it's complete. I've bent the tabs in the way I want. There's still a bit of work to do in terms of getting it to look good from an aesthetic point of view. Of course, I still need to fill the gaps, weld it from the back so that the flaps or the vents don't move around. I wanted to put the bonnet on the actual car to show you, but I ran out of time. I think these type of vents that are like squared off and a bit more sort of suitable to the look of this car. I've seen people use very sort of curvy vents, and I just don't think it does this car justice. Curvy vents on a very sharp angled car, to me, it's just blasphemy. It's wrong. So have a look at this, guys. This side is obviously not painted, but as you can see, you can still bend these back a little bit. I'm just trying to work out how much I actually want to bend these down, how much is necessary, how much is not. I have to sort of cut some metal, sheet metal, and then fill this and weld it from the back, then sand and bog and paint. So still a bit of work to do, but I'm sort of keen, obviously, at some stage to do it, to finish it off. So I think what I'm going to do afterwards, potentially while this stock bonnet is still on the car, I want to get some probes in the bay to see how hot it really is, and obviously also data log what the water temps are, for instance, and then after removing the bonnet, putting that one on and doing the same thing and seeing if there's a benefit, because I think you guys like data. You like to know if there's actual improvement. Obviously from an aesthetic point of view it looks sick, but it would be good to know as well if it actually helps with anything, and doesn't screw up with aerodynamics or doesn't actually make it worse in the bay, which I've heard some people say that the air won't be able to travel to the back of the hood and cool cylinder 6. I mean, to me that's I don't know if I can believe that, and maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but yeah, it's always good to back up with data, so I will try to do that. So I've got another video coming for you guys shortly, so stay tuned. It's a point of view video of this, sort of ripping it through the hills, and my brother's car is also there too as well, so it'll be pretty sick. In addition to that, I do have some big brakes coming for this car finally. As you all know, the Supra came out in 1986, 1987. It had like seriously undersized brakes for the size of the car, or the weight of the car at least, so I believe. And so, one pot calipers at the front, about 60mm in diameter, and then they got tiny one pot calipers in the back. They did fine with about 230 horsepower, but they're totally not fine with about 600 and something. This car, yeah, you just get too much speed and you can't slow down on time, and it feels terrifying. So yeah, I've got some 4-pot Brembos, which are actually off a Mercedes S500 or S430. I'm gonna sort of rebuild those, put them on, and again I want to sort of get some data as to how fast or how much this can brake and how short a distance with the factory brakes, and then I want to do the same thing with the Merc brakes to see if there's an actual difference, and then I might actually use my other car, the Lexus ISF, which has 6-pot Brembos, as a benchmark. So stay tuned, guys. I'll see you soon.